You know, there's something about this guy. He just seems kind of outlandish. Anyway, let's continue. An oddly garbed man visiting Revenant's Toll has some information which might be of interest to an experienced adventurer. Do I know you? Unless I am very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Garlean Empire's general, are you not? The great Ny'ardbert himself. Amazing, and more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate. I but recently received word of a truly unique opportunity, you see. An opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. The reward? Not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk? A single misstep could cost you your life. But what is a little danger to a storied hero such as you? A man with absolute confidence in his own abilities stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambrose at St. Colnock's Find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. It is St. Colnock's Find which you must travel. Seek out the man known as Rambrose and learn what treasures and dangers await you. I'm watching you, outlandish man. But I do like danger and treasure. It's looking rather ominous today. Hey, Rambrose. Why, if it isn't Ny'ardbert himself. I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb. While the opportunity you spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropogeographical endeavor. Quite how he came to know of it's another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. Well, then maybe he's part of your organization. But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find himself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend your cooperation? Hell yeah. I rather thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now, the first... Ny'ardbert, I thought it was you. Oh, it's Sid, okay. What brings you to St. Colnock's? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparently insuperable foe. Yes? No. Ah, I see the two of you are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero, here caught wind of the forthcoming expedition, and has kindly pledged to assist us. He has he? Glad to have you aboard, Ny'ardbert. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well, let us begin at the beginning. The sons of St. Colnock are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Elegant Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. Ah, but I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute much on the subject of Allegan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the Ultima weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Garlemald can presently achieve. Nero Toskeva simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with a notable Allegan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Now, to the core of the matter. Here in Mordona there stands an entire Allegan structure which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultima weapon and the lesser moon Dalamud before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from that era with the utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground, but like so many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands, revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. We believe the tower to be the repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. These defenses take the form of statues, carved into the likeness of giant swordsmen. The 8 sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach. My colleagues and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the service of an experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, Ny'ardbert, but I could think of no finer man for the task. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. Alright. I took a lap, and I prepared myself. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garlon's analyses, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Maybe I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe's strongholds and, liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for Lunasia, where both the Sapsa spawning grounds and Ukamoro mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastman's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave this to your discretion. But whatever you do, please be careful. Okay. Let's do this one first. Alright, in we go. Let's go, Kaiba. Just gonna go ahead and sneak right on by there. The designated location. You. Okay, now to airport. Let's check in on our Sahagin friends. Here we go. Up on the surface wall. It's annoying. You know, I think this might be the only beast tribe that has siege weaponry. The other side. Came back. Oh, you had your opportunity. Damn it. Alright, back to Mordona. Sorry, just jamming out a little bit. The Beast Tribe themes are criminally underused. They're only ever in like one zone. What's going on here? Just a bunch of people just looking out? I see. What's this weather called? Gloom. I see. You fire? You are. You look like you blend right in, though. How progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastman's strongholds? I got the things. So these are the farmed flawless crystals of the Beast Tribes. I've seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. You've done well, Ny'ardbert. These in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharak, the war camp of the Amalja and Thanlan. Later in Natalon, the roost of the Ixal in the hills of Kurthis. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. I was about to be like, I wonder why they only did 4 of the 6 elements, because ice and lightning are the last 2 in the set. But then I realized, like, if the structure here is send you to the Associated Beast Tribe, there isn't one for ice. Like, we don't have a location that's, like, a bunch of ice beastmen that are guarding something. Cool mask. Okay, that was a Harak. That's a cool one. Alright, here we go. Into Zaharak proper. attack them, or do I? Rambros, I got all the pretty rocks you want. Now what do we do with them? Ny'ardbert, it's good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the beastman? Very good. Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparation. I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on your journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must need to be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in it itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again. No worries. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, namely ether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, ether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmiths Guild in Ul'dah seems the likeliest place to purchase the quantity required. When I contacted the guildmaster, however, I was informed that no ether sand was currently available. Though I requested that word be sent as soon as new stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order some time before you procured the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring ether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man. But I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties. Are they sweet or sour? That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when next we meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of ether sand we require. So now I'm definitely going to go talk to them, and then they're going to send me something they need to make the ether sand. Which will leave me somewhere else, and I'll need to get 3 things there. Ah, Mr. Tia. Welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? Bulging gill pouch. Do you have any ether sand? And if not, can we do something to get more? You're here on behalf of the Sons of St. Conach. What fortunate timing. I was just about to contact Master Rambrose with the news that we finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected ether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you're welcome to settle accounts for which we have now. Pray speak with Jemima over... Ah, I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer. Come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sand, we will have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as a partial payment. Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or two. Ny'ardbert, it's been too long. What brings you here, then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? Well, now, that is quite a money pouch. The sound of many gill clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming, and yet invigorating at the same time. Oh, no, you're here for the blooming ether sand, aren't you? Yeah, we're doing it to get into the tower. Well, I can't deny the elegant civilization's a subject worth researching. The chief said he wasn't looking into something big, but he never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with a new airship design to think of much else, see? When I say tinkering, wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype, crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot had used a corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise, as a matter of fact. Anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of ether sand. And that's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here, even for you, lad. How are we meant to usher in the brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technologically innovating, eh? I mean, you don't have a claim, though. We do. While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this gentleman is a representative of the organization that reserved the ether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that this person is considerably larger in years. Oh. It's like that, is it? Alright, this batch is yours. I'll let you have it. But if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or two. I feel like me being a silent protagonist is being taken advantage of. Now then, from what you told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected ether sand as well, right? And rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. And it just so happens that I know of a good place to start. There's said to be a peddler in northern Thanalan who, very occasionally, handles the earth-aspected variety of ether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being, just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanalan without me, which I've managed to stay out of trouble. Head out to Blue Fog and you should find him poking about in his new bodyguard. Oh, did I not mention her? I, Wedge, thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turns out to be less inspiring than he first thought. And you're just... that's the goldsmith thing, right? Whichever artisans at work? Indeed, it is a marvel to watch goldsmiths transform raw metals and uncut gemstones into sparkling rings, earrings, and necklaces, some of which possess magical properties, no less. You know, if you'd like to try your hand at goldsmithing, the guild is open to adventurers like yourself. No prior experience is required, for we teach all you need to know about the craft. Would you be interested? No. Oh, forgive me. It seems I misunderstood your intent. Forget I said anything. Alright, let's head over to Blue Fog. Since it's so easy to level the different crafting classes, I might do it just to, like, share the stories, because it's been fun. Like, Culinarian's probably already out. Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You should hear my tale. I warn you, 'tis no stirring epic. But as you asked, my employer, a Lalafellin lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it was called, but it's apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandit stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I have not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? And you best be prepared for the worst. It is just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Amagina mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now. And you just ditched him? Alright. People wonder why they don't trust adventurers. Oh, this is a cult. Okay. You know what? Screw it. We're doing this the hard way. Because I don't see anything in particular. And so that means we gotta kind of have to hit edit. Go in that building? That's probably what it is. Yep. There he is. Stuck in the corner. Wedge. How could I be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair. It's just not the sort of thing I do. And I'm gonna die for it. Now, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. Ah, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back? Hi. Ny'ardbert! Is it really you? But how'd you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen ether sand, which Biggs and I need for our research. As it happens, it was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish, and very nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away, and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes, and looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen ether sand is right here in my... Oh dear, it must have fallen out when I was, taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You can go, I can take care of it. You don't find the ether sand in my stead? Oh, thank the gods, you're a true friend, Ny'ardbert. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care too much for visitors. Are you going back to hiding? The ether sand must have slipped out of my pocket while I was busy evading the bandits. I'm sure it's somewhere around here. Hello, ignore me if you want to live. Well, I guess it does say lunatic on your name. Oh, is Earth the only one that's here? Alright. Guess this is gonna be even more involved than I thought. Oh, come on. Ny'ardbert, have you had any luck locating the ether sound? I do. Refined from an earth cradle ore of incredible rarity and hardness. Yes, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect ether sand? And you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of Allagan knowledge, you say? I see. And you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a look. Right. I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind, and you should return to Mordona with that ether sand before there are any more, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Ny'ardbert. Onward. Let's go blow up some walls by reflecting them. I said, technology should never be allowed to imprison people. That's a hard lesson I learned from watching Gaius and my father. If the secrets of the Crystal Tower are dangerous as we expect, then I mean to keep them under lock and key. The terrible mistakes of history need not be repeated. Ah, Ny'ardbert, you've returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring us some ether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? Fire and earth. I had to purchase the fire, but we found the earth. I see, 2 varieties. Well, that is 2 more than could reasonably be expected. And 2 less than I had hoped, you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You have done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the 7 hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend. I know only too well how capable you are. But ether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge. Huh. Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It'll be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rembros, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding? Not as of yet. But I have made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order. But first, let us savor the preliminary victory that Ny'ardbert has won us for our cause, if only for a moment. Okay. Neat. Let's go to the emote menu. Let's see what we got to celebrate here. Let's go with congratulate. And thumbs up. Yeah. Alright. Celebrated. Yes, I must speak of the arrangements I have made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago, I asked a Charlian acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania, and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I've heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Parsimon-Tread, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where ether sand might be bought, it is he. I know Parsimon-Tread. He showed us how to do commerce. Oh, that's a different mission, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Hello! Alright. Yes? I'm sorry, did you say you wish to purchase ether sand? My dear fellow, have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? I've not seen so much as a grain of ether sand in these markets for many a long year. I can tell you where one might mine the ore, for which the water aspect of variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's Gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the Batusk Nightmare, you will know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. That is South Shroud. Alright, cool. Sorry about the weird camera work there. I was trying to put it away from the person randomly playing music that did not match with the background music. I wonder if these two are cheering on. Wonder if the person they were cheering on has left since they went to AFK. Hello, I'm looking for a particularly pernicious hog. Oh, you're a hulking hog. And you're a less pernicious hog. Alright. You're too late, adventurer. And not only for the entertainment. You'll find no trace of the ore which but recently lay here. Nay, not so much as a speck. Ah, no, you'll never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you'll have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now, stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hoped to find is gone, taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternative source of ether sand with you. The wind-touched variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention? Good. A band of Ixtal in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Ixali logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. All right, disembodied voice. I immediately forgot what he said. Did he say that it was in... It's in the North Shroud. Okay. Part of me wants to play fair and not fly. Seems like a bit of an edge in a race to be from the future. By which I mean when this quest was written, flight was not available in this zone. Or at all in this game, I guess. Oh, it's already in sand form. That's nice. Kaba, could you move, please? Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of ether sand slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind-touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling that the greater prize is mine. The inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you in the east, in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray retrieve the gift ere it is crushed beneath the iron feet of the dull hands. What a dramatic dude. Oh. Not what you were expecting? I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into ether sand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you may imagine. Okay, cool. It's a fate. He didn't just attack me. I was very confused for a moment there. Like, why is the battle music starting? Because that'd be pretty cool, like, way to transition to a fight. It's like, oh, you'll see me soon. Sooner than you're expecting. Attack! What news of your mission? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? We actually have them both! You've brought both! I shall have Master Garlon begin work on the crystals immediately. Is Hylixer just better than it? Oh, it has a longer recast time. Interesting. I wonder if it shares a recast time with the potion. This is relevant for Palace of the Dead and nothing else. There, that should do the trick. You made bananas? Or carrots. Excellent work. We now possess all 4 of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defenses. Ah, fangs. That works too. My compliments, Master Garlon. Oh, it was a trifling matter, I assure you. Ny'ardbert here is the one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Allegan's front door. You can't go without us, Chief. Biggs, Wedge, come to lend a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get the chance to study the wonders of the Allegan Empire, is it? Their technology makes Garlemald's look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do, but we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable powers prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged into the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed? Yes, Chief. It's, freedom through technology. Exactly. Freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. That has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Allegan Empire could not save their civilization, and have damn near doomed ours. Twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower, and, if needs be, seal away its secrets. A compelling viewpoint. It is unyielding wills such as yours that have defined the course of history. Oh, that is not who I thought it was. There we are. So you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you cannot spare a moment to inform me of your progress or preservation?
Why, the task you assigned me, of course. Surely you've not forgotten about the ether sand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction is in order. I am Grahatia, one of the students of Baldesian. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition.
Grahatia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own.
Of course. So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah.
Noah?
That is the name I have chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, we cannot yet very well call ourselves the Sons of St. Connacht, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our ventures is to leave its mark in the annals of history. I could claim that NOAA stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does, technically, but my true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Allegan Archmagus. An Archmagus? I like the sound of that!
Very well. Now that the pressing matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it is time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart?
Mm-hmm. Ready! So that is the introduction of one Grahatia. I'm sure his name may have made the rounds. People love this little catboy. Oh, what are Vix and Wedge talking about? The Allegan civilization thrived within the borders of a vast empire, producing marvels the likes of which the world has never seen again. It is said that its technology was so advanced the Magitech of Garlemald appears crude and childlike in comparison. When I first laid eyes on the Crystal Tower, I finally realized the truth of that claim. You must leave the business of sorting out the aftermath to us. Focus on clearing out the nasties, and we'll move in to survey what's left.
Technology should never be allowed to imprison people. That's a hard lesson I learned from watching Gaius and my father. If the secrets of the Crystal Tower are as dangerous as we expect, then I mean to keep them under lock and key. The terrible mistakes of history need not be repeated.
Labyrinth of the Ancients, here we go. Gentlemen, the secrets of ancient Allag beckon. Let us not keep them waiting any longer. Adventurer, you and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambros, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allegan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of our resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forth to the large lopsided gate found to the southeast. I have studied the legacy of the Allegan Empire for long years. Now that this expedition is at last underway, the very core of my historical infatuation lies within my grasp. It falls to us, to the Fellowship of Noah, to crack open the tomb of a fallen civilization and bring the wealth of its history out of the shadows and into the light. All right. Let's go, Kaiba. Crystal Tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part. Sid, you're the only one of our number who's ever crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for present. I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us that it is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yalms of the tower's inner reaches. No matter how swift they may be. Happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Chief, it's too... dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one? Quite right. I made the damn things. It's my job to see that they work. Alright, that's pretty sick. Success. I, for one, am convinced. Ready your fangs. Last one. Last one is yours, old friend. It seemed only right. That's because I got the earth thing on my back. Fitting. Ha! We did it! So much for the outer defenses. Indeed, the entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. Okay, that's a little transition, Sid. I suggest we wait here while Ny'ardbert and a hand-picked party of his adventuring companions enter the tower. What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure. We did, and we will, but our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of the place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Ny'ardbert here fits that description better than anyone I know. And it is not as if we shall be idle in his absence. While Ny'ardbert and his companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we could set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in this endeavor, Historian Rahatia. Do you ever tire of being right, old man? Ny'ardbert, as it seems I won't be accompanying you, allow me to at least provide some instruction.
The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell and we shall join you post-haste. No matter what Master Garlon says. Though we would prefer it if any relics you encounter remained intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Ny'ardbert. Alright, Labyrinth of the Ancients now accessible. This duty is designed to be undertaken by an alliance, a squad of 24 adventurers formed of 3 full parties. This battle composition is reserved for large-scale duties only. While you are in an alliance, the class job icons and HP bars of alliance members will appear to the right of the party list. By joining forces with other parties, you can achieve which would otherwise be impossible. So this will be our first alliance raid. I hope I remember how to do this. It's been a long time. But yeah, in we go. Without further ado, the Labyrinth of the Ancients. See you whenever that queue pops. Alright, let's go. I did decide to switch to a DPS class for this, so the queue went faster. Alliance raids are a little backwards from the normal queue times because you need, I think, 15 DPS people to put it together. Alright, here we go. Why don't I have cardio? Okay, I'm here for it. One of the sages decided to make me their very special boy. I have to imagine that's a mistake, but we'll see. Alliance raids aren't exactly my forte more often than not because there's just so much going on. So they're not my cup of tea. But they are cool, if nothing else.
It's kind of funny how, like, far gone we are from the original way these mechanics worked. Because of, like, the sheer amount of damage people do nowadays. It went higher that time. Oh, I just noticed that one of our healers is named Elspeth. That's cool. Oh, answer an A? I cover up the chat for privacy's sake, but one thing that I will comment on is we've got somebody in the chat that is calling out for, like, hey, for people who haven't been here, here's how to not, like, get annihilated. So you're not wondering why I'm just standing here. You need to have 4 people on each of the 3 pads in order to make one of the other Atomos vulnerable. Since I think ours is dead? Cool. Sweet God. Oh. There we are. There we are. Yards was a little slow because Alliance C didn't have people on their pad for a good chunk of that. So we couldn't do damage. Alright, so the gimmick for this is that there are things that are ghosts and things that are not ghosts, and you can only hit the boss if you're a ghost, which I am now a ghost. Olden days, it would switch every minute or so, and then different people would be ghosts to go fight it. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to survive past a full cycle this time. Well, it might be. It's about to run out.
Okay. No, that is not where we go. So yeah, since I am not playing a healer, I put the Alliance ones down here in the lower right-hand corner. Because I don't really need to keep track of it all that much. But I did leave it up anywhere in case I... sorry, in case that I did decide to play a healer or a tank or something that would become relevant for. Tank is pretty rare that it becomes relevant, but you might keep an eye out just to make sure the other group's tank isn't dead. Alliance Ace, let's go fight boss. Oh, they pulled early. Alright. So this place is really cool looking. Oh hey, Behemoth. I know you. Come on. I have to drop the rock. There we are. And I think we did it. But wait, there's more. Does it leave during the calls? Oh, no, but it just didn't load in. Alright, cool. Oh, alright. So the bit for this is that when they do the thing, you have to run to your pad, and if not enough people run to the pad, that barrier doesn't go up, and everybody dies. But it did go up, so nobody dies. Get back to the box. We did it! You know what, screw it. I'm gonna roll on all these and figure out what to do with them later. Pass on these two things. Oh there, Ny'ardbert. Very impressive, I must say. Your name shall be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be penned on this historic expedition. The scale of this structure defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better. According to the findings of my Baldesian colleagues, the Crystal Tower was constructed to collect and store the endless energies of the sun. A characteristically ambitious undertaking. Now, what of the tower's inner defenses? Judging by your haggard expression, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. It was kind of crazy. There was like a behemoth they called Meteors. A giant of a man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? That too. Yes, that will have been Phlegethon, not Acheron, Phlegethon. He was a hero of the Allegan Revolution. And you gleaned that from what exactly? His choice of weapon? Well, I am a historian, and I have a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Allegan Empire. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from musty scrolls and tomes. The ancient texts claim that the Crystal Tower is defended by the champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Allegans' extraordinary technology. Chief, you need to see this! That's the tower proper. Well, well, there it is, the foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, I wonder?
I can't tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt, old friend. Had you not beaten a path through that maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here now. Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us retire to St. Cornoc's Find for the present, and there plan our next step. Lest there be any doubt, our expedition has some way to go yet. All right.
See, Alliance raids, super cool, because you could do those, like, gigantic mechanics where, like, everybody has to play along and everything. A little overwhelming. Really? Okay, fine. So good of us to join it. So good of us to join you. So good of you to join us, Ny'ardbert. Our meeting would be dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you are ready, we shall debate how best to proceed. I mean, that seems like a natural breaking point. We've been at this for about an hour and a half now. So it's probably an episode's worth. So yeah, let's cut this here, and when we return, we will venture forth into the Crystal Tower itself. Although I have a hunch there will be some amount of chores to do before then. Regardless, see you soon. Alright, so we finished that bit of the Crystal Tower. Let's move on to the next piece, the tower proper. Or, there's probably more to do before then. But between now and then, let's get started. The Fellowship of Noah being accounted for, it is time this assembly was called to order. Rambros will be presiding over this meeting. If you be so kind as to inform him of your readiness to proceed. I didn't turn the music back on. There we are. Nice short quest there. Good job, Graha.
Welcome back, Ny'ardbert. I've just been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none the worse for the experience. For your reference, I've added my own notes to Graha's preliminary expedition report and begun compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available to you at all times, should you have any questions you need only ask. Now, if there are no objections, I shall begin with a summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. In the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of the Crystal Tower, we succeeded in neutralizing the structure's outer defenses before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire. According to Ny'ardbert's account, the labyrinth's defenses were most emphatically active. Disturbingly, his report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by Allegan technology. In short, our misgivings were well-founded. The Crystal Tower was not simply thrust above ground by the chaotic shifting of ether, of Earth. It has somehow been reawoken. If, as seems increasingly likely, the tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, we'll have no choice but to contain them. Short of leveling the place, this will almost certainly involve returning its mechanisms to some state of dormancy. To do that, however, we will first need to address the question of how they work, the answer to which must surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go.
A rather easier task said than done, if the perils of the labyrinth are any indication.
Then I move that all further exploration of the tower be delayed until such time as an exhaustive analysis of the structure's defenses has been completed. Master Garland, may I entrust this task to you? It would be my pleasure.
Don't forget about us.
It's like you said, Chief. We founded the Ironworks to make sure the technology was used for the right reasons, and that means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't see this through to the end. Lads, well, I hope you're ready for some back-breaking chores.
Well, everything seems to be in hand here, so I shall take my leave of you for the present. If I'm to witness this valiant tale unfold with mine own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire.
You'll do nothing of the sort, Graha. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garland's investigation.
Pout. As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Pray, do not mistake my intent, Ny'ardbert. I am well aware that I shall never be a match for one with your innate talents, however hard I train. Be that as it may, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disuse during the coming pause. We'll need you fighting fit if our subsequent forays are to prove as productive as this one. Mark me, we have not yet caught more than the briefest glimpse of that which time has obscured. Soon, however, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Allagan Empire.
And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring this assembly to a close. Let us all focus on the tasks at hand, that our next expedition may begin all the sooner. Meeting adjourned.
Such a terrible mess. Yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. One cannot help but be impressed. I'm beginning to understand the reliance you place on adventurers, old friend. So, this is the legacy the Allagan Empire left behind. If my readings are correct, the energy source waiting atop the tower is a match for even the Ultima weapon. Nay, more than a match. A new toy for me to play with. Gasp! I believed the fates had conspired to deny me my just rewards once again, but it would seem they had a greater destiny in mind for me. And, so long as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream lives on, Cid. Do not disappoint me. That should have been part of the previous chunk. So, I guess there's probably going to be a weird cut back there, or maybe the next one will start abruptly. I don't really know. Regardless, here's the next bit. Bye.